Good afternoon, Professor. Today, my part of presentation is from Chapter 8, slide number 23 to 28, which majorly focuses on predefined exceptions. So, what are exceptions? Exceptions are error situations which arise during program execution, and how predefined exceptions are different from it. Predefined exceptions are raised automatically whenever there are violation of Oracle coding rules. That means we don't have to do nothing. The system knows when to raise these predefined expectations when we don't follow the syntax or any coding rules. We are going to look into some of those predefined exceptions. One of them is cursor already open. When when the system throws up an error showing with Oracle error code 06511, which means we try to open the cursor which was already open. This throws up this kind of error. And the next one is duplicate value on index. When we attempt to store a duplicate value which is already previously been stored in with unique index value, then that throws up an error of duplicate value on index. And the next predefined error is invalid cursor. When FH uses a cursor which is not currently open, or it also happens when an update where current off or delete where current off affects a cursor that has been modified, deleted, or not been fetched, and the next exception is no data found with error code 01403. When selecting to statement returns no rows, or when the program reference a deleted element in nested table or unutilized element in index by table, which means when we try to retrieve the data from the data set where there is no available, or when we try to use the different variables which are not defined, then it shows up no data found. The next predefined exception is login denied. This happens mostly across in our day-to-day experience, and in SQL it happens when the credentials are not to the mark, either the username or the password. So we have to make sure we match up with the rules of following the syntax for password or the username, then only it takes the correct credentials. Storage error. When PLSQL is unable to allocate additional storage, or it also happens because of runaway programs. This error shows up when we try to acquire more storage from the system or the allotted space than what is being allotted. So we are basically not allowed to use the storage how much we can. There are the limitations on it, and too many rows. And when we try to fetch too many rows is an such kind of exception. When we try to fetch rows which are the rows I'm sorry, when exact fetch is less than rows returned, which means the rows are too many than what we required. When we are looking for one row to be uh, retrieved, but we get back to back many rows, that which means shows up the error of too many rows. And row type mismatch is a kind of predefined exception that when the host cursor variable and the PLSQL cursor variable involved in an assignment are incompatible, which means if I'm trying to retrieve a data from the database, which is actually in the form of strings, but I'm trying to retrieve in the floats, which obviously will result in data row type mismatch. And let me show some of the examples. This is the table I have created, and the table from in the data set. In the database, I have created the data set of table with names, and it has 6 columns and 8 rows. Each column has attribute. The first one is student ID number, their first name, last name, and the status, which means the current education status, their GPA, and their valid email address. In the columns, we denoted the respective names and status, GPA, and email number. So we use this table for our further predefined exception queries. So this is a code written to retrieve data from dataset. So for suppose, let us assume we are trying to retrieve the same data which is available in the data set. So it is not supposed to throw up any error to us. In this code, we basically declared the student attributes, and we are trying to retrieve. And in the beginning, if you see, we are trying to take the first name, last name. It selects all the student data, and we are going to select the student whose CGPA, which we defined in the first line after declare, is 3.6. So basically we are going to fetch the first name, last name of the student whose GPA is 3.6. So what if we don't find the student, or the if the student with 3.6 GPA does not exist in the database? So with the exception, it throws like no data found, which means there exists no student with particular CGPA. So as per this, if you go back to the previous table, if you look into it, if you see the GPA column, we can find 3.6. So we are trying to retrieve the first name and last name of the student whose GPA is 3.6. So we hope and we should get the correct result if the code is correct. And I'm sure, pretty sure the code is correct. So it should throw up a appropriate result. So the result is the first name and the last name it retrieved. So let's get back and check whether it retrieved the correct answer or not. So what was the first name Anna and last name is Border? If you get back, if you see the CGP of 3.6 holder, the first name is Anna and the last name is Border, which means we retrieved the exact data and the correct data from the database. What if when we try to retrieve a data which is not available in the data set? For suppose, let's go back to the table which we have created in data set and look for the GPA, and we do not find a CGPA with 3.9. Let's check out if we can find a, what if we check the data set with the GPA of 3.9. So this is the code which just we modified giving 3.6 to 3.9, so that now it goes on, looks back in the data set to retrieve a student information of first name and last name with CGPA of 3.9. So obviously he is not going to, like, we are not going to find it from the data set, since the data set over here does not contain 3.9 GPA. So as per the code, when no data found, then it should say no such student. So let us see what result it shows. Yes, it has given no such student, and this is no data found predefined error. When we try to retrieve the information which is not in the data set, then this will happen. Cursor already taken. This is another kind of predefined exception when we try to take the cursor which is already being taken. So this is a code for this query. What we are doing, we are copying the all student information into a cursor C1, and we are running a loop, so that we are learning a loop, and we are trying to get a student first name and only last name. We are leaving other attributes like student ID, their CGPA, and their last name, their email address, so on. So if you go through this, and since the code seems pretty much fair and it should not show up any error, since considering this code is perfect, let's see. So it has written their status. You can see in the display student first name and status, below it we can see all the information. If we get back to the previous table which we have created, we can match this first name and status exactly same. So we got the result which we are looking for. Now what if we try to access the cursor which is already been taken? So I'm going to introduce a kind of bug. I have, in the last but one line of this new code, I have opened a loop, and I have opened another C1 which is already been taken on the line just below the begin. So it must throw up a error of cursor already been taken, and it has shown, I'm sorry, and if you see here, it has shown up the error that cursor already been taken in the from the bottom third line. So, and there are other kind of exceptions as well, which are user defined exceptions, and these exceptions are being manually defined by the user based on his requirements. Okay, this is my presentation, Professor. Thank you.